I got Danny Briere and the Flyers organization looking like a mess. Rick Tockett's been a disaster of a hire. Every single trade feels like it's crap except for one in Trevor Zegras. You know, Cutter Gauthier is a superstar, by the way. Everything we want, everything we demand is Cutter Gauthier. This kid's got 30 goals already. He's 22 years old. He's got 30 goals. You know who's 22? This kid they just traded for in Minnesota who can't skate. Can't skate. Can't skate. Been on 3 teams. Can't skate. 22 years old. Cutter Gauthier is about to knock in 40 bingos in his second full season. He's everything we needed. Whoever screwed that up needs to be fired. Kid's a stud, a star, a weapon. 215-592-9494. A.J. Brown, his camp said we don't have a quarterback here. Do you think it's fair for A.J. and his camp to bash Jalen that way? That's question one. Our side topic is about this Flyers deadline. Now, I need to get some of this off my chest here, okay? Where do I begin? Not trading Rasmus Ristolainen when he had the best value he will ever have, ever again, in his entire career, coming off of that effort for Team Finland in the Olympics, is horrific. It's horrific. He's never going to have better value. And truth be told, he goes on the IR for hangnails. So what are the odds that next season, when we stink again and we're out of it and the deadline rolls around, is Danny going to be savvy enough to get something, one, and two, be lucky enough for Rasmus to even be healthy and available for a team to acquire? Because if I'm betting, I'm saying this guy ain't even close to putting on his skates next season because he's always missing significant time. You needed to pounce now. You have to know. You have to read the room. He's so misguided on the market. It's not even funny. In fact, take a listen to what Danny Briere had to say earlier today. They had the press conference so he can discuss everything. This is what he said on not even looking to trade Rasmus Ristolainen. What? Here he is.
With regards to Risto, and I don't expect you to go into the details of what you wanted for him, but can you reveal if there was ever a first round pick on the table for him?
I don't like discussing that. I don't think it's fair for the other teams either. To start putting stuff out. All I can tell you is that the value wasn't as high as we needed it for us moving forward.
No. You know, one thing I heard about real early in Danny Briere's tenure, and I say this with all due respect, but, in the hockey world, you see someone who is French-Canadian, the Montreal style, you go, yeah, he could walk all over this guy. I don't want to talk about what the league is saying about these potential trades, and, I don't want to give up what everybody else was talking about value-wise. I don't want to step on anybody's toes. Dude, you either got it or you don't. You either have stones or you don't. You either have what it takes to be fiery or you don't. And the player, Danny Briere, sure had it. But he's worried about speaking out loud about what the packages could have been, this, that, and the third. He doesn't want to hurt any other feelings of general managers and talk about what compensation was being discussed for Rasmus Ristolainen. Maybe there's something to be said about the French-Canadian thing. I'm just saying. But not a first on the table. I don't want to. There was a first. He didn't accept it. There was a first and he didn't accept it. That's what I got out of that cut. But there's more. Listen to the media's making stuff up about the market for Risto. Oh, my God. It's ridiculous. Listen up.
What went into deciding to keep Rasmus Ristolainen?
But you guys made a big story. I didn't know I was trying to sell them. You guys made it sound like we were dumping Risto for next to nothing.
Whoa.
Look,
First
at
round
the
pick.
end of the day, Risto has a lot of value to
Oh!
I wasn't trying to dump Risto. I wasn't trying to get rid of him. I think the media turned it into a little bit of a circus, to be honest. And that's okay. I get it. It's part of the job, part of my job to deal with that. But the reality is, Risto is an important part of our defense. He's still under contract next season. So we weren't looking to dump him. Where do you find, 6'4" physical, top four right shot defenseman?
Oh yeah, it's the greatest, Danny.
There's not a lot, and we saw it on the market. And yes, when that came out, I did get a lot of calls, and we took them seriously. We went through, all the teams that were serious, but at the end of the day, it just did not make sense value wise. There's nothing that made more sense to trade him.
Dude, no way he said that out loud. Like, now he's implying that we didn't even want to trade him. Why? He stinks. You get a first-round pick. He's not good. If he was good, he wouldn't play 800 NHL games with 0 playoff appearances. He's never played in a playoff game in his life. He's been in the NHL for 800 games. 800. He's not good. He's not good. He doesn't give you value. He doesn't make you better. He doesn't help anybody on your team. He's not good. Your power play sucks. He's not good. He's not good. So what did you want to keep him for, Danny? The market was ludicrous with first-round picks flying off the shelves for everybody. Justin Folk went for a first and a third. The market was there. You botched it. You valued his presence more than you valued the ammo. So he's misguided, and he's not reading things properly. And that eats me alive. This is a disgrace, ladies and gentlemen. This is bad. It's bad. It's Chuck Fletcher. It's all the same crap. We have people who don't know what they're doing running the organization again. And I'll say it again. I like Danny Briere, the person. I think he's a great person. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. But I got to get my hockey team back. So unfortunately, shots are fired because this is unacceptable. Those answers right there, to me, he doesn't want to say things publicly. He wants to dance around. He doesn't want to have other GMs upset. What? I don't give two damns about other GMs in this league and how they feel about what they're calling you about with Ristolainen. Like, I think he's a little, what do they call those things? The little dolls with the strings and the little puppets. And it's like, we got Briere over in Philadelphia. Hey, we can make him dance, make him dance, make him dance. That's Danny, make him dance. That's what we got. It's disgusting. And now with Juracek, the 22-year-old defenseman you traded Bobby Brink for. I don't have a problem with moving on from Brink because you do have so many wingers. But don't sell me this kid's a sexy project. He's not. Just because he went 6th overall. There's a lot of guys, as you know, who get drafted very high, and they're not good. You can't speak on one side of your mouth and say, you can't find right-handed defensemen in this league. And then it's like, here's this 22-year-old, can't-miss 6th overall pick who's been on 3 organizations in 4 years. He's a project. And one not to be excited about. Maybe he's a 5th defenseman. Maybe he's a 4th defenseman. Guess what? You can find a 5th defenseman anywhere. You found Nick Seeler. Nick Seeler. Guy's been here for a decade, it feels like. He's just a bottom of the lineup guy. He might be a bottom of the lineup guy. He's got a good shot. All right, maybe the shot can help the power play. But the power play's the worst in the league. It's awful. This team is a mess. This team is so bad. And they're set up poorly. They've drafted terribly. The list goes on and on. So that's how I feel. The Dvorak signing costed you a potential first-round pick this deadline. You could have walked away with a first-round pick for Ristolainen, a first-round pick for Dvorak. And if you wanted to sell the fan base, hey, who we traded Bobby Brink for was a top 6 pick. You could have sold the fan base. We got 3 first-round picks at the deadline. But hey, everybody, welcome back Rasmus Ristolainen next year. Get your tickets. Come on down to the Xfinity Mobile Arena. 215-592-9494. Do we have some yoga music or anything like that we can dig up?
Like some calming, soothing music?
Something.
Let's see what I got.
Because I actually think my heart is pumping so fast that I'm worried. And I need to decompress. So give me a second. We're going to get to your calls. I see you. Trust me, I see you. Okay, this works a little bit. Go ahead. Let it play. Don't worry about a thing. Sing it to me. Every little thing, it's going to be all right. Every little thing, it's gonna be all right. All right. Appreciate that on the fly. That's not easy to do. Thank you very much. We'll see if we can continue maybe throughout the show. We might have to dabble into some more. Is yoga music the right way? What am I looking for?
Trying to think of like soothing music.
Yeah, soothing, like beach calm noise. Yeah, I don't know.
You got to get one of those noise machines that plays like the ocean waves.
Yeah, my daughters
crashing.
have those. They sleep with the sound machines.
Yeah, you got like the rainforest going on with the sounds and the birds chirping and everything.
Yeah. All right.
Deep breaths. Deep breaths.
I'm working on it.
You're good.
I'm working on
it. We're good.
Eric in Chestnut Hill. What's up, Eric?
Hey, Brodes.
What's
First
going
time,
on?
Long time.
Oh, thank you so much.
Couldn't agree more with your rant yesterday on the Flyers needing to rebuild now. They end up in the same spot year after year on the cusp of the wild card. They get a mid-first round pick, mid-late first round pick, and don't do anything with it. But I want to talk about Rasmus Ristolainen. So, sure, his value might have been slightly higher because of the Olympics, but I think the idea that we could get anything close to a first-round pick is delusional.
I don't think it is, dude. Look at these picks going around.
So you mentioned he played 800 games, no playoff games. He's minus 183. They played him last night. I don't know why they played him last night.
That's a fireable offense, too, by the way. Glad you brought that up.
He got absolutely walked. We were down by a goal. Who was it? Gunther walked him on the sidewall on his own blue line, just to Clayton Keller for a 2-goal lead. It's like, I don't.
All right, well, let me ask you this then. If you're right, let's say your assessment is he's not worth a first-round pick, and, well, then it's on Danny Briere to know, like, if he's getting a second round, a third, like, he's not going to get it first then. Like, if you're saying the league doesn't view him as a first-round pick, then Danny needs to know what the league views him as and then get what's best for the team. So if it's the second and
Absolutely.
That's what, you still got to trade him is my overall point.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And I mean, I agree he was, now was the time. He had a good Olympic tournament, a few good games against teams like Slovakia. He's tradable right now, but I mean, I think we have so many other issues. And I like Keith Jones, Danny Briere, but I don't know what direction this team's heading in.
Me neither. And it's a shame because they are great people, and they're great hockey people, and they're Flyers people, and they're good local people, and we were all pulling for them, but we got to keep it 100. Like this. We're almost in the year 4 with Danny? Like, I feel we're in the same. Are we better? I mean, what are we? Are we the same? Like, I don't know what we are.
Yeah, and I mean, you mentioned, we have a couple good wingers. We have a lot of aging centers. The Dvorak contract earlier this year, I just don't get it.
It's horrible, dude.
He's 31, 32, and you know what this reminded me of is the Kevin Hayes contract. We signed him, I think, in his 30s. We gave him a huge deal. He was a winger. We tried to move him to center, and look at how that worked out for us. So I just don't get it.
I know. And Eric, dude, I love you. Thank you so much, man. I definitely want to hear from you again. It's frustrating. It really, really, really is frustrating. It's just awful. I am broken into a million pieces. And you know what? Earlier in the year, I was enjoying what they were doing. But once they went on the skid, it was like, okay, this team's fake. Then they won 3 straight, and we were like, oh, they're close. Yeah, did you watch that game against Utah? It was just an awful display of hockey. Mike in Franklinville. Hey, Mike.
Brodes.
Mike.
What are we going to do about Daniel Briere?
It's a great question.
Philadelphia Flyers?
It's a great question. If I had the answer, I'd be running the team and bringing us a Stanley Cup.
All right. With that being said, I want to start off with the positives of today.
Okay.
So we got rid of some wingers. That gives us some room to bring up Alex Bump, which I want to see.
Yeah, I agree.
Which would be nice. I hate that we got rid of Bobby because he got a nice little motor in him. But I like that guy Juracek.
Okay, so you're a fan of the 22-year-old defenseman.
I do. He's not a great skater.
Yeah.
But I think that can be.
He's a project.
I'm not going to compare him to Jamie, but it reminds me of Jamie.
What? Just the fact that it's somebody who needed work.
He's like a project.
Yeah. And look, Drysdale's been fine. I mean, I don't think he's going to cap out as anything super, super high. I think he's going to hang around. He'll be fine. But yeah, I don't know what this kid's going to be. I mean, I'm scared. I'll be honest with you. I'm scared of the kid they got for Bobby Brink.
Yeah, no, I hear you. He's as a defenseman, you got to be a good skater. What is he not? A good skater.
Exactly. And that's why it's so painful. It's like you got to be able to move your feet. You got to be able to have good strides. Well, the one area he's really bad at is he can't move his feet and he doesn't have good strides. Well, this is a great start. Yeah, this is a great start.
But besides that, those are my only positives of today.
Okay.
How do you not get rid of Risto?
I know.
Like you were saying, his price is at an all-time high. An all-time high after the Olympics. And like you were saying earlier, what is he? Injury prone. He gets injured every single year. So he plays what? The rest of the season? There's no way he does not get hurt. No way.
He's been on the IR 17 times this season already. How do you think next year's going to go?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, you're telling me he's going to be ready at the deadline for a big trade next year?
No shot. People are saying during the summer, no. No, don't give me during the summer. We should have traded him today.
And speaking of during the summer, Mike, how about them waiting around to spend all this salary cap money that they have available for all these big-time free agents? You know how many big-time free agents there are? 0.
Yep.
They're screwed.
Yep.
We're screwed.
I was the biggest Colton Parenko fan for a day. I thought the Sabres were going to come crawling back to us because him and Risto are the same type of player, but Danny could not get it done. He could not get it done.
Yeah, and that's a problem.
I hate during the press conference, he said, I'm not going to say if I was offered a first because out of respect for the other
Isn't
team.
that crazy? Isn't that crazy?
No.
You know what that tells me? He got a first. Like,
He got a first.
Yeah, that means he got a first.
Exactly.
And he didn't accept it. That's and Mike, thanks, man. That's crazy. That's crazy to get a first. Nah, I don't want it. I'm looking for more. What more are you looking for? I mean, Rasmus Ristolainen in this market, first you take it and you move the hell on. We got bigger things to look at. For respect. For respect of who? Do you respect us? Do you respect the fans? Do you respect the guys that are waiting to see a product that's worthy of investing in? Ugh. That's how I feel. Luke, do you think it's disgusting to post an 11-minute Flyers trade deadline rant on Twitter?
11 minutes?
That went 11 minutes.
Wow.
Do you think that's too much, or do I have to chop it down? I don't know where to start. I don't know where to begin. I don't know how to do it. I mean, I know how to do it. I'm just saying I went back and listened during the break. I'm like, there's just no cutting points. It's like,
post it.
I'm posting it.
If there's no cutting points, post it.
There probably is, but like,
post it.
Post it.
It's better in its full form. People
But
need to get the full reaction and the full emotion.
But what are the odds that someone actually gets past the 17-second mark?
Maybe they get to the 18-second mark. I mean, there will be someone who watches
the whole thing?
At least 5 minutes of it.
It's 11 minutes and 14 seconds. That includes, by the way, us going to the relaxation music. But I mean, that's a big part of the
big
rant.
part. Yeah,
we needed to calm down
because people are probably thinking, "Man, he's really wound up. He's got to relax a little bit."
And then they get
and then Three Little Birds comes in. They're like,
this is nice. Yeah, Brodes knows what he's doing.
Nice.
Yeah, that's great. Yep, that's phenomenal. All right. Amadeo. Oh, this should be lovely. How are you feeling today, my friend?
All the types of pain in the world. I have a headache right now, actually, after this entire day.
Did you enjoy the press conference?
No, I did not.
I'm just asking. So talk to me. What are your thoughts? No Rasmus trade. What do you think about the Bobby Brink deal? Go ahead.
I'm fine with the Bobby Brink deal.
Okay.
That if you want to bank on the upside of the player, that is perfectly fine.
Do you
should be doing that in the rebuild.
Do you buy the upside of the player though?
There's things that I like. There's things that I don't like. It's
Okay.
the same.
That's
thing
fair.
Most people are saying.
Okay, that's fair.
The idea, like, am I fully mad about this entire thing just about not trading Rasmus Ristolainen? I think it's the amalgamation of everything, right? It's everything from past drafts to realistically this regime just not fully committing to a full rebuild, which they really should have done. That's the biggest mistake out of this entire thing, right? They, when they talked to the fan base, they should have, they said we were going to rebuild, we were going to do it the right way, but you should have committed to the entire thing. You should have stripped it down. You should have basically burned it to the ground. You should have traded away Travis Konechny when he had all that value. You should not have extended him. You should have extended Owen Tippett. Yes, you tried the trades to Travis Sanheim. Torrey Krug said, no, you really can't do anything about that. The Cutter Gauthier situation, that's going to haunt us for years. I don't know whose fault it is, if it's just Cutter being a prima donna or if it's someone in the front office. They went back on a promise that Chuck Fletcher promised Cutter Gauthier. I have no idea. But that's going to haunt us for years. It's just as simple as the fact is that, or the fact is that.
Yeah, he's a star. He's a star. Yeah. Not even good. He's a star.
Yeah, don't remind me.
I'm sorry.
You have, out of this entire rebuild, you have two players that maybe your franchise is worth building around, which is Mitchkov and Porter Martin. Those are literally the only two players that you should be excited about, and that's basically it. You've drafted nobody else that you can be excited about, and that's unfair to the players that you drafted because you're going to be putting these unworldly expectations on them to be the solving piece to this, like with Juracek, with so many people pissed off about not trading Ristolainen, it's going to put all this pressure on Juracek that he doesn't deserve. Mm-hmm. It's going to put all the pressure on Luchenko that he doesn't deserve, all the pressure on Nesbitt that he doesn't deserve, all some of these other players that are down with the Phantoms, pressure on Bump, pressure on Bunk, which these guys don't deserve because you just didn't commit to just lower the ceiling, lower the floor, drafting high as much as possible. Because what's the one thing, Hunter, when you are a Stanley Cup champion in this league, you have at least one or two top 5 picks in the draft.
Yeah.
This entire regime, yes, granted, Mitchkov fell to you, Porter Martin fell to you. Those guys probably, maybe they would have been top 5 players in their draft if they didn't fall to you. But you didn't. Your one top 5 pick out of this entire thing, you traded away because you didn't want to be here. That's the highest pick that you had. That is the highest pick that you've had. You haven't been in a position to draft a center, even though you haven't been in a position to draft a top defensive, even though you could have picked Bouillon, and that probably maybe could have got you in a better position to get Quinn Hughes.
Yeah. See how everything, there's a domino effect for every decision that they failed to make, or all the negative decisions over the last 5 years, whatever. I mean, it's just one big domino. I mean, you screw up this, you can't do this. You screw up that, you can't get Hughes. You can't get Quinn Hughes. He's one of the best defensemen in the whole league. It's Cale Makar and Quinn Hughes. And if you did better things previously, then you could have made out and got a 1D, which you so desperately need, and they don't fall on trees, and they grow on trees, or whatever. It's like, it's nuts.
It's also my one biggest gripe with. It's not even just the Flyers specifically. It's also the Flyers media, because I feel like there's only a few people that talk about the Flyers that legitimately criticize them. That's you, and that's Russ Joy. Nobody else in the Flyers media openly criticizes this team. Whenever there's a press conference, they don't put pressure on them to answer the tough questions about how frustrated the fan base are, because realistically, the media is supposed to be the voice of the fans. They need to tell people what the fans are really feeling, and you're giving Danny Briere, we're talking about Glenn Denning as a question in the press conference when
That's
you're
fair.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, listen, I think that, and thanks, Amadou. I appreciate it, man. We're just up against a break here, but I agree with the Glenn Denning type question. There's a lot of people that cover the team that I really like. I think they do a really damn good job. But I'm with you there towards the back end. I don't need to hear about the dude you picked up off the street during the deadline day when we got some big, hard issues to talk about. But I think there's a lot of people who do a good job, but I'm with you. There's a lot of frustration. I'm with you. I'm more frustrated at the ones in the front office that need to do more over the journalists. But because we're here, everything's on the table. I'm not mad at any fan for being mad at anything at this point. It's one of those things where you can unleash on any particular part of this franchise that you want, whether it's people who cover it, whether it's the players, whether it's the front office. God bless. Open door policy, I guess. 215-592-9494. We'll continue taking your calls on the Fly Guys, as that was sort of our segment to unleash on the Flyers. We will continue A.J. Brown. Remember, moving forward, we'll mix in the puck it up stuff a little bit more, but A.J. Brown, a main topic. We got some Sixers calls as well, just flirting everything in together. Big day for the Fly Guys, though. There's no doubt about it. It was a disappointment when it's all said and done. This trade deadline was a big fat 0. In fact, me and Luke have on our jerseys to protest. Got his Gagne jersey on. I got my Bobby Clark jersey, my dad's old jersey. Was hanging up in his closet. I snagged it.
We're looking clean.
We are looking clean.
Here.
Both white jerseys. I think there's a nacho stain on the bottom right of mine.
That's perfect.
You got any stains on yours?
Not yet.
Well, let's get it a little dirty. Get some blood on it. Be a man. Knock your teeth out or something. Spit on your jersey.